Good evening, Minister. Thank you very much, for your time. How would you describe your relationship with your Director General?
We work because we are deployed to work.
Otherwise, you don't like each other.
It's not about liking each other. I think that it has been more of a style of leadership that has been impacted. But I'm happy that at least the Public Service Commission is dealing with all the issues that are administrative. But there's no political, confusion as what my task is. As I found it so funny that people are saying the department in fisheries is not performing its work. As I speak to you now, one of our senior scientists, Dr. Henning Wenger, is in Spain, presenting a document on one of our apps that we have developed alone as a department. Our scientists have produced 20 documentaries, unsurpassed before by anybody. We have been able to issue fishing rights to communities. I have just signed on the 5th an allocation of the TAC to...
I'm going to go...
All right. What I'm trying to say is, while there may be those challenges, there are more around the role of the DG in fisheries.
But then, are you saying it is not true that the department has stopped paying for research and patrol fees?
Research are happening. By the way, only 2 months ago, I signed an agreement with Namibia because we're sharing the same waters. Also, we're sharing the same area where our fish do spawning. Therefore, we agree that when their vessel is at sea, ours should not be, but only our scientists should work together. I don't think as a department, I want to say this openly, are we not doing what we should be doing in terms of research in other areas? Yes, the issue of relationship between the DDG Fisheries and the DG has created some hiccups, but not that we're not functioning. We are ready to do a number of things. When you raise the issue of the allocations, I'll be able to show that.
In fact, let's get to that then, Minister, because the allegation is that you are unable to continue with research because to determine, fishing population numbers. And then when I look at your statement last week, where people have had to appeal for your intervention. I mean, some of the reasons that are stated there, and this is from your own statement, is one, lack of proper consultation by the department in the process of determining the TAC. Another reason is that the determination of the total allowable catch was not based on any scientific and biological surveys to determine stock abundance as per norms of the TAC determination in the sector. Now, if you're saying research continues, how was it then possible that this determination was not based on a scientific and...
May I clarify that we do have a number of different fisheries. Remember, this fishery is mostly for small-scale and zonal predators. And you find that we do have hake, we do have other fisheries in which there's more focus. I agree with the fact that fisheries near shore, we have not been paying much attention. It's an area I want to admit, more so because this fishery is mostly under poaching. Poaching because of the fact that we have not been able to interact with communities. But we are ratifying that, as I say in my statement. And I want to put this that it is legal for people to appeal. As per Section 80 of 1998 Marine Resources Act, they should appeal.
It may well be, Minister, but it is an indictment on your department that you're not doing a proper research, that you reached outcomes not based on scientific or biological surveys. Unless, of course, you are then suggesting to me that you took this decision and say you are a listening government because it's on the eve of election.
No, not necessarily. We've been dealing with this process of, according to the act I have mentioned, people have got a right to appeal so that the separation of powers between the delegated authority, between the DGG and my office are clarified. After every allocation, there will be appeals. And that process shows that I take independent decisions based on the information in my disposal. It has got nothing to do with the coming elections. We have been allocating fishing rights ever since I came on board, not because elections are tomorrow. Our people deserve to get justice, whether elections or no elections.
So, Minister, what is your department going to do now? Because by your own admissions, there are serious problems between yourselves, you as the political principal, your most senior people in the department, the DG and the DDG. And that's one set of problems. The other one is one you have actually tacitly admitted to, which is that your department didn't properly consult or doesn't properly consult at times, that it makes determinations that are not based on scientific surveys. So the question then becomes, are you really addressing this problem?
I am very well addressing it because, let me explain this, that the fishery in question, which is abalone, is under severe strain. Hence, we are calling for partnership with different stakeholders, including fish farmers, so that we can be able to put back some of these pets which will assist us to restock our biomass. But because of the fact that this fishery is under threat, there's been a view that we should reduce the TAC. And my view is that is wrong. Because if you reduce the TAC, you are giving more fish to poachers. You need to ensure that what is fishable is fished by the rightful holders. But let me clarify that there's no confusion between the DDG doing her work, nor is there any issue between the department and her. There have been hiccups, I must admit, which were more administrative, which are being addressed. But in the question of this TAC, I raised it. It is one TAC that I believe not only must we deal with the poaching from outside, we must deal with the misbehavior internally, because I believe that one of the contributing factors that it is being stolen is because not all our fishers are committed to ensure that this fishery is protected. It's a matter we're dealing with.
That's where we're going to leave it. Thanks very much, Minister.
Welcome.
For coming through. The Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, Senzeni Zokwana.